remind me. It was also just extra disgusting because any of them get wound up and put on and that's the that's why these things are very
Come in the game, something. Also, up there, take the doubt.
Yep.
So this is a doubt.
I just see, I'm so-and-so, voting day is coming. Like, I know.
I'll read that. Along with you.
I mean, honestly, of all the people in
There you go. Intro now.
welcome to an all new episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. I am your host, your MC, your smooth talking. Shut it down.
To where too quick?
Sisters. We're sisters.
Sister.
I don't even know. I'm your whatever for the show. The energy's gone. I tried something and
your
eventually got the
school
word.
art teacher.
And or chef for the evening.
Yeah.
On my right.
Hi, I'm Cora. I also kind of look like I'm a school teacher, but like the weird English teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that has too many rules, but you like her class anyway. Yeah. I see that. And
The one that shows movies for plays because she's not going to make you read them.
you look like the one who called me the B word in very conservative Christian school.
Yeah.
I loved her. Dr. Mrs. Haney. And on my left,
I'm Cass. I'm your shop teacher that lets you throw broken beer bottles into a box for fun.
until you get fired for saying the word lover in a middle school.
I do get fired.
Yeah. And behind the board, making us look, worse than we do in real life.
Yay.
Yes?
I do what I can, okay?
What teacher are you?
Yeah, what teacher are you?
I'm definitely probably the gym teacher.
Yeah.
The gym teacher that also has to teach history but's good at it.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
had one of those.
I can definitely say that, but the caveat is you wear this too short.
Yeah, those little
70s
booty
gym
shorts.
I mean, apparently I do
You
already.
do.
Yeah.
No, they are not booty shorts, whatever.
They are when you wear them.
They are no, ooh. Anyway, y'all need to go back to the show.
She's just trying to turn the conversation back to lovers.
Come on.
That word bumps me out unless it's in between the words meat and pizza.
That's what I thought, but you were the one who busted it out. How's everybody's week been? Yeah, mine too.
I got stuck in Baldur's Gate and I just want to cry, okay?
Can I continue the weird energy?
Yes.
I did a shoot today at a breast implant factory.
That's fucking cool though!
It was really cool. It was really weird. It was a weird situation.
Did you get to...
I didn't get to squeeze them. No, unfortunately.
That,
The implants. The implants.
that's
No, I did not get
unfortunate though, they look so squishy.
They do.
They're not implants until they put them in someone, so what you're saying isn't better.
I didn't get to squeeze the silicone filled with gel, I guess.
Yeah.
See, that's just depressing now.
Yeah. It was still cool. Anyway.
Great stuff.
It's apparently, as Cora informed me, it's Superman's birthday. I didn't know that. Happy birthday, Superman.
To be
You
fair.
are 6, 7, 80.
I'm older than 10.
Yeah.
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 That's true. And since we don't have anything great to talk about in our sharing time, let's go ahead and kick it off with some super cool nerd news stuff.
So, if you had another director says something absolutely insane on your 2024 bingo card, you were actually correct. If you go to see Dune 2 this weekend, understand that the director thinks that dialogue is ruining movies and it is television's fault. Denis Villeneuve, who directed Dune 1 and Dune 2, he also directed Blade Runner 2049, genuinely said this past week that he thinks television has ruined movies and that dialogue is not an important part of filmmaking. The thing he said specifically was that nobody remembers a great line. They remember what a movie looked like, which is wild. Coming from the director of the sequel to Blade Runner, a movie with one of the most amazing monologues of any movie ever. I don't understand how he holds this position, but it is absolutely wild.
Definitely explains a lot about Dune 1.
Because the dialogue in Dune 1 is some of the least helpful dialogue I've ever seen in a movie. My favorite part of the whole movie is right towards the beginning. Oscar Isaac is sitting there standing with, I think, Josh Brolin and another man, and he goes, "So how much did it take to get here?" And the man's eyes roll in the back of his head, and then he says, 40,000, and then a word. And Oscar Isaac goes, And it's never explained in the whole movie. Not if is that gas? Is that money? Is that people that died? Is that number of ships that exploded? It's never explained in the whole movie. And so, yeah, that director thinking that dialogue doesn't matter makes sense.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So, absolutely, just the wildest take I've ever heard from the director of a, at this point, billions of dollars, I think, from his box offices. Maybe just $1 billion from his box. But, like, how is that your opinion, my guy? Absolutely wild take.
Wild and dumb.
Kat, as a director, what do you think?
I'm trying to remember what any of my shots have looked like ever. He probably wouldn't think that storyboards are important.
Oh, yeah, it's a long going fight between her and another producer that we have.
You want to say that on, like...
Oh, sure. Brian, if you're watching, storyboards matter.
They do.
I'm not subtle about it. I don't have off-camera opinions, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
that's not the point of this show.
and I would happily fight it out with Brian in person. There's an open spot for you, Brian. Come sit here and
Yeah,
I will
absolutely.
I will fight with you
about
on
it.
camera. Everybody will tune out. It's a very boring argument.
We've had some truly hot takes from recently Christopher Nolan saying that none of his movies are supposed to make sense, and if you try and make sense of his movies, you're naive. Which, from the person that made Inception, is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, he basically was like, yeah, Tenet's not supposed to make sense, so it's fine that it didn't.
I feel like my arguments about Oppenheimer are justified now.
You fell asleep during Oppenheimer.
Yes, because it was boring. That's why.
Boring and not making sense are two different things.
Yeah.
They can sometimes coincide.
It wasn't making sense, therefore it was boring and I fell asleep.
Wild. Yeah, I just wanted to mention Denis Villeneuve. I actually think that he has beautiful cinematography, which he should be a cinematographer, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe not a director if he doesn't
Have all
think
these cool ideas about, like, making green screens match the plateau that you're going to change it to, stuff like that.
They didn't have green screens in Dune, they have brown screens because everything's brown because it's a desert planet. That makes sense.
Yeah.
This? No.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
It would have been weird to key out, but also the key doesn't matter as much. Anyway, so that's a director's story that we have. What other, like, TV and TV related and movie stuff do we have?
Let me take a look at my notes because I have a TV. Yes, I have a TV.
Go for it.
So we got the premiere date, which is my camera, which is like that one.
Yes, that one you're pointing at.
Oh,
That's
okay.
your camera.
Okay, hi. We got the release date, or premiering date, for a new live-action Korean horror show called Parasite the Grey. And this is based off of the manga that Hitoshi Iwaki made back in the 1990s, and was also a hit anime that came out in like 2014, I think it was, where aliens like go into like your nose or your ears, and like just create these weird like they just start taking over. If you've seen like the clips of the anime dude where his hand like grows an eye stalk and does weird shit, that's Parasite. And now we're getting a Korean horror show for it. It's premiering on April 5th on Netflix. And it will be running new episodes up until June. The director for it, and who's also doing some of the writing, is Yeon Sung-ho. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, I'm very sorry. He did Train to Busan.
On board.
So he's directing it. He's also writing the script with Ryo Young-jae, that he also worked with on a previous project as well, so they've already been working together. And I'm very excited to see this. I've seen parts of the anime before and it never felt super scary. So I'm really excited to see how much scarier they can make it.
Yeah.
Especially with that poster.
Yeah. And Train to Busan is a fantastically put together movie.
Yeah, it is the only zombie horror movie I like.
You've never seen The Crazies though, have you?
No. I don't tend to gravitate to zombie movies because...
Neither do I. Yeah.
But like there's been a few exceptions and that was one of them. So it gives me a lot of faith for Parasite.
Yeah.
And also I can stop being confused when I hear about the Korean movie Parasite.
Oh yeah.
Because now it's like, yes, there is a Korean property called Parasite.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Koreans have a lot going on in like cinema and in TV, and it's nice to see more of it coming to the forefront. I mean, the country South Korea has a lot going on there, and yeah, it's just really cool. I'm excited to see more from them in animation.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I'm also just excited for this because Korea and South Asia in general, or like Korea/South Asia, are known for their horror specifically. So like, yes, give me spooky, give me nightmares.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's stunts too. They do things that like we can't get away with here.
Yeah.
They just throw a lot of bodies and stuff, and they just
They
people
also
probably got hurt a couple
In
times.
Train to Busan, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah. They also know that they can hire a contortionist to do weird stuff with their body instead of trying to do it with CG.
Yeah.
Like, somehow they and Del Toro are the only people on this planet that have realized they can do that.
And it's so worth it.
It's always
Del Toro built a man's entire career out of it. Doug Jones basically gets him Del Toro being like, actually, you're weird looking. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Well, also, the contortionist he got for
I can't remember.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I don't remember his
It's
name.
Troy something.
Because every time the video popped up, I went, no.
Yeah.
No. He's not even in the makeup, and I'm good.
Oh, he's so good.
That's all.
Speaking of like kind of weird horror-esque things, I don't know how many of you have read the book Neuromancer. It's a book from 1984, and for a long, long time they've talked about like maybe it getting a TV show. I think the last time it happened that there were rumors about it was in 2017 with Tim Miller, and it just wasn't happening. It finally has an order on Apple TV Plus for 10 episodes. It doesn't say exactly when it's going to start. It will be helmed by Graham Rowland, who created Dark Winds and who helmed the series Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan. I don't know about all of that, but a co-creator credit will be shared with J.D. Dillard, who rewrote a lot of Twilight Zone for the reboot.
And a lot of Twilight Zone was really, really good.
Big fan of Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little hit or miss, honestly, but when it hit, it hit.
Yeah. The Skydance Television and Anonymous Content are going to be making the show. Skydance did the Foundation series, which I haven't checked out, but it's Isaac Asimov. And the Savant and Time Bandits were anonymous. But I'm excited about it. Basically, the series will follow a damaged, top-rung super hacker named Case, who is thrust into a web of digital espionage and high-stakes crime, with his partner Molly, a razor girl assassin with mirrored eyes, aiming to pull a heist on a corporate dynasty with untold secrets. It's kind of a weird series because it's about a lot of things that are going on currently, but the book was written in 1984, so it should be kind of interesting, kind of fun, kind of wild.
It seems to be happening a lot lately, where things that were relevant at a certain point are coming back around in maybe not a good way, like the trial of the Chicago 7, the Aaron Sorkin movie that came out a few years ago was about protesters getting prosecuted for no good reason.
Yeah.
Whoopsie! Came back around.
Yeah, this one is supposedly responsible for cyberpunk as a genre. It is the first earliest credited cyberpunk work. Nice. So yeah, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, maybe check it out.
Maybe.
Being really coy about it.
I don't know. Like it's Apple TV has done pretty well with most of the source material they've licensed. So, and this one, there's been a lot of excitement about it. So we'll see.
Apple TV has surprised me for an entire platform that I was solidly against. And then Ted Lasso came out. I was like,
I'm still against it, but that's
a
just
concept.
as a concept because I can't watch anything that's on it unless they also put it on another platform.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like it. Who else has TV stuff?
I do, Jason.
It's movies for me.
I got something.
Go ahead.
Speaking of things that are unfortunately relevant right now, so Stephen Moffat is doing a series called Douglas is Cancelled about a news anchor who makes a not very good joke at someone's wedding, and somebody overhears him and threatens to basically get him canceled. Stephen Moffat said that he wrote this script like 5 years ago, and that wasn't the word that he had heard originally, and that's not what it was called originally. But it's kind of exploring what does cancellation mean, and he says that you can't cancel somebody like Donald Trump because you can't really affect him, which I think is true. And I know that Stephen Moffat has had a lot of people come to dislike him in the past several years. Honestly, I still like the vast majority of his stuff, and I still do think that he has a lot of interesting opinions on stuff like this. So I'm extremely interested in this show, especially because it stars Karen Gillan, it has Alex Kingston in it, and it also has Hugh Bonneville, who you might know if you watched, not Boardwalk Empire, Downton Abbey. He's like the main Lord dude, Lord Grantham. I've been watching it recently for unrelated reasons. I'm really, really interested in what a show like this has to say. And I'm not going to endorse it just yet, obviously, because I haven't seen it. And it's only just really been announced, and it's in production right now. We don't even have a release date for it yet. But I think it could be really, really interesting, especially if it only goes for 3 seasons, which is how long Stephen Moffat tends to have before he goes way too far off the rails. See Sherlock season 4, some stuff in Doctor Who that wasn't doing very good after a few seasons, but for the most part, I really like his stuff.
I don't know. The premise, yes. I don't know that I want to see Stephen Moffat do that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's had some issues with it in the past?
No, just because I hear in my head complaints about how the world's being unfair to straight white men. Like, that's the immediate vibe that my brain goes to, and it might not be anywhere close to where it's going. But, like, that's the first... I don't know, I just kind of I would prefer to see if somebody was going to do that show, a show called that, it'd be done by somebody a little further outside who had more to lose initially. It could be really good. Definitely would want to check it out. It just makes me nervous.
I don't really have many opinions. Like, on a first watch, Moffat stuff hits me in a good way, and then I watch it again and I don't like it. And I don't know what that is, whether it's the characters or the writing itself. Might just be characters and how they're portrayed. Because, I didn't like Sherlock on a second or a third watch through. Mm-hmm. And that, and that could just be since I already knew the answers to the riddles.
It depends fairly heavily. He does approach things with a little bit more of a mystery box approach, kind of like J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
But I still like his stuff. I still like his characters. I think that because of his proximity, it might be very interesting.
Yeah.
If it was somebody like Joss Whedon, I would tell him to go himself.
Yeah, no. He could not
He's
exist.
just a piece. Yeah. I think it might be awful, but it might have an interesting approach.
This show's going nowhere. Whoever the people they wanted to pull in for this show are not going to watch it. and there are people that are going to see the title and go, "Oh, I'm not watching that." This show is destined to fail.
You
I
think?
don't know.
Yeah,
Having,
one season.
having Stephen Moffat as the writer, though, could still bring in people that may have, like, turned their nose up against it as well. Because if I know one thing, specifically about the Doctor Who fandom, it is their idolization of Stephen Moffat or their distaste. And it is one or the other.
One of the most polarizing figures in the entire fandom.
Yeah, but the people that like him will watch it
Yeah.
regardless. It doesn't matter.
It will. You are absolutely right that it is only going to be one season. It's planned to only be one season. It's a 4-part mini drama. That's it.
And then I make that. Okay. Well,
No, it's not going to not make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one's gonna watch this, but
I don't know.
I don't know. I think that instantly changes things for me. I'm like, I'll tune in for a mini drama. I want to see what he has.
yeah,
to
go
say.
ahead and spike watch. But I don't think it's gonna
It's
hold on.
not spike watching. I like a lot of.
I
the
spike
stuff
watch
he's
plenty
done.
of things.
You don't like Stephen
Right.
Moffat?
Not necessarily.
But you don't.
I'm not. I like. Hold on. I like how she did this. Where it's just like I just popped in. I like Doctor Who, but I don't particularly care for Stephen Moffat or idolize him in any way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
He is a small portion of a property that I have enjoyed for a long time. In the grand scheme of Doctor Who, like from back when it was on public television, he is a small factor in the whole thing.
I think that's true of anybody associated
So
with
I'm
that
not.
fandom.
So I'm not like,
Yeah.
oh, Stephen Moffat is doing something. I don't
Fair, but that means that I wasn't talking about you.
care. Right.
Well, I'm interested to see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna let you watch it first.
Yeah.
And
You know
then-
what? That's
You can
absolutely
buy
fair.
my Apple TV.
No, it's more.
It's not. It's BBC.
I want to know her opinion on it
Yeah.
because she's really good at being like, I like it, but you may not like it.
I do, when I recommend things or not recommend, I try and break down what makes you like something, not why I liked it. And I'm pretty good at, like, I will watch pretty much anything with a father figure / like mentor-mentee relationship where they go on a journey. I'm sold. I'll watch anything. And so I try to take that into account, people's preferences that have nothing to do with how good or bad a thing is.
Yeah.
It's just something that you like. So yeah, I will recommend it to you if I think you'll like it.
Perfect.
Alright.
Let's hear about Jason's weird picture that he put in the chat.
Well, I'm not going to go with that one just yet. So a lot of fans, me, particularly me, were upset when, well, I alpha tested, actually, the Suicide Squad game. I can say that now, the game's out. I didn't like it. But what I especially did not like was the depiction of one actor in particular, and that is Kevin Conroy. Because in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which also, we have Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, King Shark, and Harley Quinn facing off against the Justice League. Shut up! Just stop. They cannot kill the Justice League. You can't. Screw these four clowns. Anyway, moving on. But a lot of people were upset of the depiction of Kevin Conroy as Batman in the game. Because, spoiler alert, they actually somehow, through the magic of writing, are successful. Which, no. Batman should have, not murked, actually a lethal Batman should have murked all of them. There, my spiel is out. Now, a lot of people were like, wow, this is the last performance of Kevin Conroy. This sucks. This is not good for his lineage, and honestly, it was something that actually turned me off from the game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to play that scene. Screw you. It is not. We are getting one more ride with Kevin Conroy and the great Mark Hamill as the Joker. Mark Hamill had previously gone on record as saying he was not going to ever voice the Joker again, being quoted as saying, without Kevin, there is no fun. So, currently, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2 will be coming out in, I believe it is June of this year. And it was recently announced that, yes, Part 3 will have actually the final performance of Kevin Conroy as Batman in this universe. This is also the end of this Tomorrowverse arc that they've been telling within the DC animated universe. But yes, joining him also will be Mark Hamill reprising his role as the Joker. And I messed up that quote earlier. He said, "Without Batman, crime has no punchline," which is something so a Joker would say. We do not have a date for Part 3 of Crisis on Infinite Earths, but it is coming. So fans rejoice. But this is the actual last performance for Kevin Conroy. This is the last thing he recorded before his unfortunate passing back in 2022. So yeah, I'm sorry. Part 2 releases April 23rd, 2024. And yeah, so yeah, we don't get that just terrible, not a bad performance by any means. I'm just not
There is
for
no
it.
such thing as a bad Kevin Conroy.
No, there isn't a
performance.
bad, there absolutely is not a bad
But
performance
I'm
by Kevin
super
Conroy.
glad that that's not the last. Yeah.
But from the moment I saw onto that, like the moment I got into, well, the trailers came out for Kill
Yeah.
the Justice League.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
King Shark, Deadshot, who regularly gets embarrassed by Batman, is gonna, and apparently Green Lantern is Deadshot's arch nemesis in this. It's like, no, you
First of
are
all,
not.
No.
And also it was John Stewart, Green Lantern. Marine John Stewart, Green Lantern, who has access to a whole bunch of weaponry he can just think of. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't, and they were supposedly also Flash. Like, somehow Captain
None of
Boomerang.
them take out Flash.
I don't.
Absolutely none of them take out Flash.
There's
when he
a
has
scene
full
in
power.
the trailer where they freaking accidentally cut off Flash's thumb.
No.
Captain Boomerang. It's just, look, you can tell that story where villains win, but make it believable.
Yeah.
You gotta bring in somebody like Darkseid though. Like it can't just be Suicide Squad.
I don't see these raggedy bitches taking down the Justice
Especially,
League.
and like I'm a Batman stan obviously, but like Green Lantern, really, John Stewart specifically, you're right. There's absolutely no way. John Stewart is the man, hands down.
Deadshot. I've got guns and I can shoot real well.
John Stewart, I have everything.
Is a Marine, not ex-Marine, Marine, because there is no X in Marine.
Yeah.
With the power of a ring that can basically anything he can think of.
I was about to say, like, Deadshot taking out
Get
Hal
lost.
Jordan, maybe because Hal Jordan's a dumbass. But, like, not John Stewart.
Hal gets lucky a lot.
Yeah.
But John is precise.
That's amazing.
So,
John is my
but
favorite.
anyway, that's my not hot take. That game is like, whatever. The best thing about it is Samoa Joe.
And that's medium at best. Like, you microwaved it, but it's been sitting out a
One of the
while.
best things about the game is Samoa Joe voices King Shark,
That's dope.
which is great. But anyway, screw that. It is not the last performance of Kevin Conroy. Man, fans were mad as hell that this was supposedly the last performance.
Yeah.
But yes, we are getting an actual great performance, which likely will be, and Mark Hamill's joining them for this is appropriate.
Yeah.
This is what I needed.
From the comments to the show, for some reason we were all talking about the Crow for a minute, and just couldn't stop talking about the Crow. Somebody said the new Crow looks like my meth head cousin who works
Yeah.
as a
It's
carny.
It's a Skarsgård.
And
Yeah,
I
Bill
said,
Skarsgård looks like my
I
meth head
said
cousin, so.
yes, but it's still hot because Bill
He's
Skarsgård,
pretty hot.
he's got riz, like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
he
does. And also, Conroy left some big shoes to fill.
Absolutely.
Like quintessential
Oh,
Batman.
oh.
Yeah.
Anybody?
He does look like my meth head cousin.
I want to make like a jab at somebody because someone's opinion I don't really care about showed up regarding the Crow movie. And they're like, he doesn't look like he listens to like these bands here. I'm like, I also don't look like I listen to these bands, but guess what's on my Spotify playlist?
Yeah, like I'm a hardcore metalhead. I
Yeah.
don't have metal on my
Like
face anymore. Like it's fine.
The Cure was on there. I'm like, yeah, I have a lot of The Cure on my playlist. On her, like, this doesn't look like he listens to him. Like, that isn't a valid argument. Now, there are many opinions you can have on the look that they have for the Crow.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Kind of supposed to look like your meth head cousin.
Like he's always been like a goth, like,
Yeah.
and it just he he didn't have any like pants or underwear. Like
Yeah,
it's just how much of him you see kind of gives you a vibe.
Do you think he's rubbing on the zipper a little bit?
probably.
Also, Kyle is a better Green Lantern.
Kyle is my favorite Green Lantern.
No.
No.
From the comments, but we're done talking about that because I'm emceeing the show and we're moving on. Who has other TV and movie stuff?
I got a TV adjacent thing.
For it.
So Crunchyroll, you know, Crunchyroll's not been controversial in anything recently.
Mm-hmm.
At least 36 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's about to change. The president of Crunchyroll, Raul Pudini, confirmed via the Decoder podcast that Variety hosts that they have started testing generative AI to offer subtitles in more languages and to optimize their process. Their claim is also so they can release the anime episodes closer to their Japan release time. And it doesn't matter how much I hear this, my brain immediately goes to like the AI subtitles that YouTube already uses.
Yeah.
And they're awful. They're so bad. And it doesn't matter how much generative AI you use, they're going to be bad. They already had an episode of one anime, and unfortunately I cannot remember the name of it. It's not one that's super popular. But it became popular suddenly because they released what they said was they outsourced the subtitles. I'm thinking this was one of their tests for the AI. And it was awful. It was unable to be used, and they got dragged on their own website, on all over social media, everywhere. And I find that hysterical. They pulled it, and then like a week later they re-uploaded the episode and like said that it was a problem with like who they outsourced to. I'm like, no, this seems like a thing that you screwed up. And I don't know, like AI is already like a touchy topic, and having it generate your subtitles.
We've actively seen it not work with YouTube. Like, it's really bad.
Yeah, YouTube has had years to fix it, and they just don't.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want I don't know if this means that the AI is going to be translating the Japanese, in which case, I would like to point out Duolingo, who does use AI for their translating now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason Japanese isn't one of the languages that's good to learn with Duolingo. Because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just, no. No. Just pay people. Pay someone to translate it.
Incidentally, Duolingo not great with Korean either. Right?
Yeah. Also not great with Irish either.
Yeah. So kind of messing up a lot there. And it seems like they've forgotten that AI subtitles, or that subtitles are for those who cannot hear, but they're also for people with audio processing issues, in which case they're pretty useless if they're generated. Because even if they're right occasionally, the second it gets a little bit harder to hear, they're trash.
Yep.
So
we were watching an anime movie last night for our weekly movie night, and it was a movie that had come out years ago, but it was like they re-released it with better subtitles. Immaculate, wonderful. They even started putting it they even put in what the music is doing, what the sounds are doing into their subtitles.
Yeah, human translation has been the most effective and the most faithful. Dropout uses human translation.
Yeah.
It's outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Also, subtitles are for people without kids.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Jason,
TV,
can you
movies,
confirm?
TV.
What? No,
Can you confirm?
I got movies next.
Movies. Go ahead, Jason.
Oh God. Okay, so well, it was recently announced that we are getting a Fantastic Four movie. Looks good. Pedro Pascal is playing Mr. Fantastic, and that's pretty much all I can do. The guy from Stranger Things is playing the Human Torch. I'm sorry I don't have the casting because I don't want to actually talk about that Fantastic Four. I want to talk about. Let's take you back to 1993.
Why?
When a small studio decided that they really wanted to hold on to the rights for Fantastic Four, so a low-budget film was made. I don't want to say low-budget film. It was actually wasn't that low budget. Roger Corman pulled together a cast of people to play the Fantastic Four in 1994. This movie was found to be so horrible that people started, they literally stopped all promotion of this movie. They had promoted it at Comic-Con, it had appeared on film or on magazine covers, and they said, we have to pull this thing, and this movie was shelved. It is the long-lost Fantastic Four movie. And currently, okay, so the cast had Alex Hyde White as Mr. Fantastic, Rebecca Staub as Invisible Woman, Jay Underwood as Human Torch, Carl Ciarfalio as The Thing, and Kat Green as Alicia Masters. Well, the actor Joseph Culp, who played Victor Von Doom in the movie, is demanding the release of the shelved movie. And I am here for it. This can absolutely go on Disney+. Look, I want to... Okay, if you haven't seen this Fantastic Four movie, it is available places. You can watch it for... Hang on, get it. I have to show you a picture of this cast. Because look at them. They're just like... That is a rubber thing suit that actor is wearing. The costumes, not bad, but man, that fake gray streak in that actor's hair for Reed Richards. This movie looks terrible, but it is available places. Apparently, Avi Arad, who was a senior associate with Marvel, found out that this movie still existed and went and bought all the copies that he could find to be destroyed. Apparently, this movie was never meant to be released. It was strictly meant to be made so they could hold on to the rights. And somehow, these people were like, hey, we're actually making a movie here. The actors were given cease and desist orders. They were like, they do not talk about the movie, don't do any promotion for it. We are not, this movie does not exist. However long you worked on it, that time is just gone. So the actor, that Joseph Culp, is saying, he recently went on Twitter and said, okay, there's also a movie out there called Doomed, the demise of the 1994 Fantastic Four movie. I recommend everyone go see it, just so they can see how much fuckery was going on when this movie got shelved. But Joseph Culp on Twitter said, this is awesome. Thank you much for making this wonderful expose on the first Fantastic Four. He's speaking on another person's YouTube video. The views are spot on and deeply appreciated. On the 30th anniversary, the truth must be told and the film released. Here's to the future, my friend, yours, Dr. Doom. Yeah. Go just find the backstory on this film. They totally screwed these actors. It is a shit show of the highest proportions.
You know what? Just because someone wanted to destroy all the copies, I think it should be released now.
So, I want to announce to y'all, I have procured a copy.
Hey.
I have procured a very illegal copy. Look, I have not watched it yet. But I would love...
somebody's camcorder in a movie theater, isn't it?
No, there were no... There were
well, there's no theater. Yes.
Anything that we have is just a bad recording,
Yeah.
or the actual movie, which is still bad.
Yeah.
I would love to watch this with y'all and just horrifically pan this movie. I am proposing this for a crew movie night.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen.
There are other places it is available on places like, this platform that we happen to be on. There are some copies on there. And Daily Motion, I believe.
Obviously.
But please.
I will say I've never seen this movie. I have seen the 1990 Captain America, which was made for the same reason. And
Yes.
Of the same quality. And
I love that people in the chat are like, yes, the 1994 fan. It is.
I can't believe that all of you have seen.
I put the
that
trailer
movie.
in our Discord chat.
Yeah.
Which we need to
I need to go watch that.
We need to start inviting people to our personal Discord chat.
Yep.
But y'all would probably like that. Anyway, the trailer is something to behold. And it just, we watched Samurai Cop, and that was terrible. I think this can beat Samurai Cop.
Ooh, okay, those are big words.
So, yes. So yeah, I think for the original live-action Doctor Doom, we should definitely release this. I am all for Mr. Cup. We should release this film. Put it on Disney Plus.
I mean, you might as well.
Someone owns the rights to it.
somebody owns the rights to this
Yeah.
movie. People are going to watch it if only to see how bad it is. And you're Disney. Why do you care?
Yeah, you want to like put this out there so people can like before they crap all over the new Fantastic
Which
Four
they're going
movie.
to do.
This is what you could have.
Yeah. Which honestly, you can watch the 2014.
The one with
We don't talk about that
the
one.
CGI that wasn't even finished.
We don't talk about that
CGI
one.
that wasn't finished. The truly one of the worst
Incomplete
wigs I've
scenes.
ever seen in a budget movie. Oh, rough.
I never want to talk. I've never had the urge to go back and watch that movie. In fact, it's on Disney Plus. Please be careful as you're clicking through. You might accidentally click on it. Anyway, that's all I got. Please come watch this shitty movie with me.
It's hard to differentiate to find the worst Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that.
I still think the 2014 is the worst one. I say that not even having seen this one. I'm going to go ahead and say the 2014 one is worse than this 1994 version. At least it has the,
Is there a curse of every... What is it? That's every 10 years, isn't it? 'Cause didn't one come out in 2004?
I didn't think those were so bad.
They weren't good,
They
but
weren't-
they're not near...
Yeah. They're better than the 2014 Fantastic.
Fair Force.
Yeah, I have to distinguish that with Fantastic.
Okay, chat. No, I do want to see Nick Cage fight a giant spider as Superman. Like, I would absolutely watch it.
I
Would
wouldn't
it be
watch
terrible?
anything-
Yes, it would. But like, I would still want to watch.
At this point in my
that.
life, I would actually pay money to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that would be
I
amazing.
will pay money to watch anything Nick Cage does. Just hands down. I don't care how good or bad it is.
His wild.
Good or bad?
I read Wizard
Good,
magazine
good.
when they put all this stuff out back in the day. And
Yeah.
never came to fruition. Anyway. that's it.
Okay. So, what else do we have? Is there anything else for TV or movies?
No. I have something for games.
Let's switch to games.
Alright. Larian Studios, our absolute favorite studio. Has opened a lot of job openings in response to a lot of game companies just firing and getting rid of a bunch of people. So, like, if you're a game dev and you're looking for work, go look at Larian Studios. They've got a lot of positions open. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Gamer Awards, G-A-Y-M-E-R. Gamer. They have been nominated for 5 awards. And they are Game of the Year, of course. Gaming Magazine Readers Award, so they're LGBT magazine. Authentic Representation, Industry Diversity, and Best LGBTQ Character. For, I believe the thing said Shadowheart, but I think Aelin was also on there as well. So, yeah, I'm very excited about this because one of the big reasons I got excited to play Baldur's Gate was the fact that not only could I be a non-binary character, you could change, like, their appearance to go with, like, how you feel, like what this gender means to you, what this makes you feel like.
Yeah.
And I just really appreciate that you can romance any character regardless of what gender you choose to identify with, which is fantastic. There are canon LGBT characters everywhere. There's a canon lesbian couple, and they make me so happy. They're so cute. Sorry. Anyway. I just really appreciate the work and thought that went into this as a game, and I'm very excited to see that they are getting nominated for so many things, and that they could potentially have another place where they are Game of the Year and make more people cry.
First of all, as far as Baldur's Gate, if there's an award you can give it, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Baldur's Gate. If you have an award that you wish to give it, hand it over. Because that game is, seriously, it's something I've just like gone back, okay, I'm going to do another playthrough. Like, it just keeps pulling me back in. My wife, who is very picky about the games that she plays, I had to almost like fight her to get her off the computer. She was in here playing it. She likes that we have dual screens so you can look up tips and cheat while she plays.
Oh, same.
Yeah. I think it's also just great that the studio listens to the player base.
Yeah.
Like, they're working right now on mod support for the game. They mentioned that normally, like, it's not something that's coming really soon, and they don't like to mention that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
before it's at a good place in their development, but they just felt like it was appropriate to mention it. And they're also working on it so that if you play on console, you can still mod. Which, yes. Like, they see the mods that people make, and I love that there are mods that are like, yeah, that's exactly what I expect. I expect all these horny mods to show up. But then they also are like, the guy that's basically a corpse, yeah, let's put him on a body pillow and make that a mod. Like, why?
Why not?
Also, we did recently get our acceptance back to go to Fan Expo, and Neil Newman will be in attendance at Fan Expo, voice of Asterion, and it will be a pleasure to talk. Guys, if you want us to talk to Mr. Neil Newman, you need to get on there and tell, hey, let SCNS interview this man, because it'll be awesome. Also, today they announced Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. So I have to. I have to meet Optimus Prime and Megatron. So I never. Y'all know me.
What you
First
that's
off,
who you think Frank Welker. I mean, yes.
No,
that's
he is
who you think of as Frank Welker.
No, but the photo ops are with both of them.
Oh, okay.
So y'all know me. I never pay for
Abu.
I never pay for autograph sessions. I never get in that line. I am going to get in that line.
I just think that we should be put up to interview him so we could ask him about being in GoBots and stuff. Absolutely lose
his mind
in front of somebody who would be embarrassed.
You will not disrespect legends like that.
If we explain to them the joke,
oh yeah, chat. Absolutely, those are the GoBots guys. Yeah.
Stop this! This is not
I'm
right.
Just answering a question. There was a question in the chat.
You do not disrespect legends like this. Who is in here?
I mean, it seems to be some very well-informed individuals.
They are wrong.
I'm gonna die.
I think it would just be Jason would be so embarrassed.
It would be
so
funny.
So does that mean you're gonna take your?
No, you can't. No.
Are you gonna take your Transformers with you when you go to this photo op, Jason?
Yeah.
Are you gonna have them hold their Transformers? I can't do it. I'm gonna be in a car with him after.
It would be so funny.
It'd be so funny.
Actually, and I had to confirm, Frank Welker actually voices Cars. But
is it the one you have?
No, it is the defense. Right. Frank Welker voiced everybody. Frank Welker voiced me at some point.
Yeah. Frank Welker voiced the roars of the lions in the Lion King.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, I did want to get that in there. He will be at Fan Expo. Please go see him. I loved his acceptance speech at the Gamer Awards.
Yeah.
It was great. Anyway.
Okay, what else we got? I got one for video games that's super short. Helldivers 2, which is a beautiful mess of a video game, is getting mechas coming in soon. You're talking about a game where friendly fire is always on.
Yay!
And it has all sorts of weird, like, trying to get in the lobby together problems and all this stuff. But people love this game, and it's getting mechas.
One of my coworkers has been playing it nonstop, and I'll send him memes, and he's like, "Yeah, we did that. That happened last night."
Yeah, it sold like 1 million copies in its first week and a half or something.
And it's only like a $40 title as well. People are going and getting the expanded editions just to support the developers. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that kind of passion for a game.
That's a mark of a good game. It's like, I don't want the content, but I want to support the developer.
I downloaded it last night and started playing it a little bit, and just the opening training montage was worth the money I paid. My wife was just sitting on the couch laughing because it's like someone clearly saw Starship Troopers.
Yeah. That's actually a really good way to describe the game, Starship Troopers.
Yeah, someone clearly saw Starship Troopers, and it's like, you're spreading democracy. I love this game. Love this game. By going and murdering the friggin' residents of the planet.
So that is definitely happening. Before, Jason and I both have cursed stories of sorts. I know you have another one don't you?
Yeah, I count this as cursed as well, honestly.
Okay, well go ahead.
Okay, there's not much about it right now. How many of you here knowing or watching anime live-action movie remakes done by Americans.
Hit or miss?
I don't think I'm aware of a good one.
Yeah.
One Piece.
Oh, fair. I
Yu
watched
Yu
it.
Hakusho.
Yeah, I watched it. Okay, go.
No, done by Americans.
Oh, I'm sorry.
One Piece could still count in that, but I'm also talking about movies.
I like Cowboy Bebop. Oh.
Actually, no, there's only one. There's been one, and that was Speed Racer, and I will die on that hill.
Oh, Jesus.
I will die on that
I'm
hill.
gonna die.
Do it.
someday.
Anyway, the reason that Speed Racer worked is because the Wachowski sisters worked on it, and they are geniuses. However, they are not working on this one. That might be to their benefit, because it is for Naruto. We are getting a live-action Naruto movie from Lionsgate. The director will be Destin Daniel Cretton. I'm not aware of his work that I'm aware of. There could be something I've seen of his. But he's also working with Kishimoto, the creator. Oh, he's also writing it too. He and Kishimoto are writing it together. This has apparently been in development since 2014. I don't remember seeing this, and that might honestly just be I blocked it out of my memory. Yeah, that's really all I have, but I don't see this going well. Of all the, I say this a lot, but of all the anime, why Naruto? I get Naruto is popular, and that's probably why, but their ninjutsu is so fantastical. Why?
Okay.
This is gross.
I have one one beacon of hope.
Yes.
He directed Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Which, at the end of the day, was not a great movie. But the fight choreography was gorgeous.
I like Shang-Chi.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
Shang-Chi. I think it fell apart in its third act, much like most Marvel movies. By the way, if you Google Black Widow, what is his name? It's
Okay,
Ray
let's go on.
something. He described as working for Marvel as being kicked in the balls because of reshoots. Apparently, executive producers come in and say, actually, your acting was too intense and too interesting, so tone it down. Yeah, I think it fell apart.
Anyway,
the fight choreography was gorgeous.
And
So,
honestly,
beacon of hope.
that's most of what the Naruto movie would have going for it. So as long as that's good, cool. I am concerned about costumes and wigs.
Really everything.
Yeah, literally everything. This was one of the first anime that I got, or one of the first manga I got super obsessed with when I was a kid. Because the anime hadn't come out yet over here. I had illegal copies of the anime from Japan with subtitles that I watched.
You got it.
Because I got so into it. I had a headband and everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
Nerd.
I wore it to school on crazy hair day, with my hair all weird, and I had to take
around a certain way.
I had to take it off because the teacher thought it was a gang sign, which I find very funny.
Amazing.
Out of context, actually.
Yeah, out of
understand
context.
that.
It's one of those no, out of context, I get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, though.
But in context, you understand that it's the opposite of a gang sign.
Yeah. But we're getting this as a live action. It will, I'm so morbidly curious.
Yeah.
I want it to be good. This is another case. I want to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
I want to be proven wrong so bad. Please prove me wrong.
Oh, I don't. I want to be proven right because it would be so funny.
Well, with Sonic, I prayed that it would be good. I wanted to be proven wrong because I wanted something good for the people that liked Sonic.
Yeah.
And I love those movies.
Quite good. Yep.
And I'm excited for the third one.
Yeah.
And I can't say that about any other live action Americanized anime movie since Speed Racer. So again, down that hill.
Someone in the chat mentioned Dragon Ball. Nothing can be worse.
How dare you? No, that was not good.
No.
And it's right. Yeah, that I'm aware of. There's not been a good one. It's not Speed Racer.
Chaos, did you have another star?
I did. I wanted to talk very briefly about the Elden Ring DLC trailer. It's coming out June 21st. So we thought it was going to be about Miquella. And it does not seem like it, but it might be about Miquella's brother. So, Miquella and Melania, the two twins of Elden Ring, you know Melania from, what is this? Let Me Solo Her.
Yeah.
Who apparently retired, which is crazy.
Is retiring. I don't know his retire date.
It looks like it's about Mesmer, which may or may not be a sibling. If you know the lore of Elden Ring, you know that gets really complicated. Who had whose children when and who was a girl sometimes and wouldn't all that worked. But the other interesting thing is Mesmer picks up a snake, and a snake is blasphemous against the Erd Tree, so maybe leaning more into Rykard's kind of avenue of things against the Erd Tree. I don't know. I think it's going to be really interesting. I really hope that we do lean into Miquella a little bit, because that's what I was really interested in, and we really didn't get a lot in the base game. But yeah, June 21st. I think it's going to be awesome. That got really in depth really quickly.
My theory is that, and a lot of people have shared this theory, that at some point they're just going to put Let Me Solo Her as a boss in the game.
For them
I think it's what he deserves.
I mean, yeah, like, I want him to be, like, a secret boss in this DLC, honestly, and I want him to be the hardest thing you can fight.
He would have to be, like, because of how amazing he is. Yeah.
If not in this game, he better be in, like, whatever game they come out with next.
Yeah.
As either...
He could be the new Patches.
I want that for him. But I did watch the trailer. It looked really cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And gorgeous.
Elden Ring is that one game where it's like, it's so pretty, I want to play it, but I'm not good enough at this game to play it.
Neither am I.
Christian made me watch the trailer. That just makes so much sense. Like,
he sounds so
if you know
haunted.
Christian.
Yep.
But yeah, June 21st.
June 21st.
We'll
Interesting
see.
lore drops.
Two final stories, kind of cursed and IRL types of stories. First of all, I want to reassure anyone who woke up and was haunted by Elmo's new final form today, talking about Leap Day, in the worst Elmo monster thing I've ever seen, trying to take Kermit's place. This is not a real thing.
You can't fool us.
I mean, it was tweeted by Elmo, so it is like a real thing. But like, no, go home.
Can Frog Elmo hurt? Frog Elmo's gonna hurt me.
Elmo, you are here to be like this whole thing that's like champion of mental health. This is bad for my mental health. Put it away.
No, I'm gonna make this worse. They had to make that puppet.
Yeah.
It exists.
Burn the puppet.
Jim Henson's shop
no.
had to create that puppet.
And they're going to keep it. They're gonna pull it out again.
Burn it.
No, I want them to pull
I don't
it out.
want to see it
Destroy it!
ever again. Unless it's like Elmo's evil cousin that Elmo has to
I'm
overcome.
just seeing that in my
Is
nightmares.
the only thing that I will do that. And then
Australian Elmo.
yeah, just no, I don't like it. Put it down.
Poison
Jason,
dart
what have you got?
Oh, so I'm gonna leave it on just the wide shot, but you can look at me and say there's a guy that works out but also can eat a burger or three. And my favorite place is Wendy's. Wendy's done messed up. So it was recently announced on an earnings call that they had invested $200 million into digital boards for Wendy's restaurants so that they could introduce something called surge pricing. So that at busier times, they would charge more for the burgers, but at less busy times, they might charge less. They were not going to charge less. This surge pricing, let's see. I'm trying to find my notes on this. It was announced by Wendy's CEO Kirk Tanner. They were going to test dynamic pricing using algorithms, machine learning, and AI. They today have walked this back and said, no, we never meant that. They totally said this. They totally said this on an earnings call. We have the quote from them. But due to vicious backlash from people out there, I commented that I'm not even going to Wendy's until y'all backtrack on this because I don't want to accidentally support it. Because you best believe if we had sat there and taken this, every company would go, I can charge surge pricing too. Hell, we already have airlines and Uber that do it. So, you know, this was possibly the worst move that a company could make. Who was going to go with this? And also they said that this could probably generate millions upon millions of dollars for us. So I totally believe they said it. But who was going to go for this?
Absolutely not in a million years.
Never.
Everybody was like, Wendy's, get what?
Yep.
No.
Wendy's is personally my favorite place to go. Like if I got the choice
That
between,
by itself, I will say, is wild.
Yeah.
I like Wendy's.
Yeah.
But no, man,
No.
you lost me. I can't even. Like I said, I don't want to even accidentally. Wait a minute, I paid how much more? Yeah, I paid 20 cents more and showed support for this. I'd probably just like burn that Wendy's down out of spite.
You can't say that online.
I would ask that the people leave
Uh-huh.
before I would announce that, hey, you see this gas can? This place has got to go up in flames. Take your square burgers and everything. I might grab me one on the way out, but that place is going up.
It's going to be flame broiled.
Nailed
it.
That was very good, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Wendy's has now backed off this, claiming that, no, we had no plans to do this. No, y'all tested the waters and found out it was hot.
We're not about to do it. And to the chat, like, there are places like Switzerland or whatever where minimum wage is $22 an hour and they get mandatory vacation and they charge the same amount. I don't want to hear anybody say, like, they have to charge this.
Get ready.
And they need to, in order to pay employees.
This is the dumbest idea ever.
It would never pay me.
And paying employees better wasn't even on the docket when
Yeah,
we were talking
no.
about it.
Somebody kicked Kirk Tanner's ass out of there. Just.
Unionize.
Anyway, that is our show. We have a lot of stuff to promo. Cass, I think you're ready to go.
Absolutely. First of all, I saw chat talk about Avatar. I do want to talk about Avatar. I have not finished it. At some point, I do want to talk about Avatar. The Last Airbender, not with the blue people. I don't care about the blue people. So, we have AllCon coming up March 14th through the 17th. We will be doing a couple of panels, including a little D&D game. We have, did I screenshot this? Yes, I did. FakeCon 2024 and the first of its kind, March 29th through the 31st. We will also be doing a panel. It will not be a D&D game because we don't have enough time. But we'll be doing a panel there, and you can catch us pretty much all weekend hanging out. We're going to maybe throw some cosplays together. So that's coming up. And then
doing stuff at FakeCon.
Is that?
Yes, I'm going to be running 2 games at FakeCon.
No.
Both of them are going to be with a focus on RP with some combat stuff because RP is where people struggle the most, and I want people to have fun with that. In the beginner's room, you have your choice of puns, lots of them, or telenovela, D&D style,
Hell,
which
yes.
is personally my
The
favorite.
telenovela slapped.
Yeah, it's my favorite. They've game tested it. Obviously, it's on the channel, so they had a great time. Mia told me I had to apply with that one, so it got.
And somebody needs to win our 2 tickets to FakeCon.
They do.
Seriously. Put in the comment, like the video, sub to the channel, and tell us what you want to do at FakeCon. 2 tickets are coming your way.
Yep.
And
Also,
the tickets come with games. Like, you get to sign up for games for free.
yeah, basically I have to like sign it over to them, and then they can make their choices on the website. So
Yeah.
it's very good. I did want to take one more second to promote our buddy Terry Parr over at Show Enough Studios and his Gemini Force Kickstarter. Currently, it is at 6,164. He is killing his stretch goals right now with 187. It's 187. And 20 days to go on that. Please go show some support to a local artist. It's a fantastic looking book.
Yep.
And we are streaming games on this Saturday. We are doing part 2 of our horror-themed campaign by DM Cora over here. So if you want to see what she's got in store for you at FakeCon, you definitely want to tune in this Saturday here and on our Twitch channel.
I will be nicer to you than I am to them.
We're gonna
Yeah.
Well, I already did.
Yeah.
Very much, yeah.
And of course, make sure you're following us on every single thing at SCNS Live. Check out our website, supercoolnerdshow.com. If you want to follow us individually,
You can follow me at Corodono Art on Instagram and Twitter.
follow me at BetterCat on Instagram.
Instagram, The Good Cass.
Instagram and everywhere at Jason the X.
Yeah, and check out our game this weekend. Start time TBD.
Yeah.
But in the early afternoon at some point. And
2-ish.
as
2 to
we
3.
always like to say around here, keep
Keep
on
on
nerding.
Trying to find my camera.